Hello everyone and welcome back to a short little episode. I guess I'll call this episode number 6, and this is on how to update Forge in your development environment and how to compile your mod, which is basically how you send it to friends and stuff. So you'll first, for updating Forge, you want to find this file called build.gradle, and you want to edit it with some form of text editor. I'm using Notepad++. So if we scroll down to the version, you can see it's 10.13.4.1448-1.7.10. So if you want to upgrade it, you go to the Minecraft Forge download page and select the recommended version, unless you want to go for the newest one, but I recommend just going for the recommended one, and enter in that number exactly how this is. So you would just replace this part of it right there. And if you want to downgrade, you would do the same thing. Before you do anything with this, make sure you always have a backup of your development folder. This is not supposed to mess up any code in it, although I suspect downgrading probably would, depending how things are set up. And if you mess something up, like if somehow something gets deleted and you do not have a backup, do not complain to me, because I completely warned you about that. So if you didn't make a backup, that is entirely your fault. I don't have anything to do with it, so don't blame me. So once you do that, you'll want to do shift right click on your folder, open it up, open the command window, and type in gradle w setup decomp, and make sure that's lowercase. So gradle w setup decomp workspace, and then either Eclipse or IDEA, depending on which you're using. So I'm using Eclipse, and you probably are too. So Eclipse, right there. You would type that in, hit enter, and it would update your development version. I'm not going to do that because I currently have the newest version. So yeah, we don't have to worry about that. As for making the mod, I actually have the file here to do it, but I will show you how. So you want to right click, make a new text document. It can be any name. Open it up, and you want to type gradle w and then build. And you want to save it as an all file. So select that, and then you want to type build.bat, and you want to save it as exactly that. I won't save it because I already made one, but you want to save it like that, and just get rid of this so you don't need to save that, and delete that text document, and you will have a file that looks exactly like this. So then all you got to do is double click on it. It will pop up a command window and build a version of your mod. And what building means is just putting all the files together and put them in one package that you can send to your friend, and they can use it like a normal Minecraft mod. So the first time you do it, you want to make sure you have an internet connection, because it needs to download the files it needs. Other than that, every time you build it, it should have the files it needs, so you should be able to build it whether you're offline, online, shouldn't really matter. So then to access your build, you want to go to the build folder, you want to go to libs or libraries, and right here is your mod. Now you want to open that up with a 7-zip or WinRAR, and I have the trial version, so that's why that's like that. And you'll notice it has mcmod.info and then the 2 folders. And now you got to do something that's very important. You got to go to the source folder, main, Java, assets, or back, and you want to copy the assets folder. So you just want to drag that over into this file right here, and you want to click OK and make sure it is in there. Now what that's doing is putting all the textures and all the names into your mod, which I think the names actually transfer over, but none of the textures do. So every time you build one, you have to put that assets folder in, otherwise you will have 0 textures in your mod when you go to put it in. So yeah, that's how you do that. So now we have that, we can go back to our build, libs, and here is our mod. So let's rename it to Apple 1.0, and you want to make sure you name it in versions, and you want to keep all your old versions. And also, a good thing is, if you're going to be doing major updates with your development, you want to always save a backup before you do a bunch of stuff, and label it by like date, or like a date and time or something, just so you can easily keep track and you always have a backup. And then if you need to do it again, all you got to do is do your workspace from the Eclipse folder in that file, and you're good to go. So yeah, here's our mod. I'm not gonna put it in my Minecraft, but it should work completely fine. If you have any issues, let me know in the comments down below, and I will try and get back to you on them. So yeah, this is all for this episode. I hope you learned how to do all that stuff now. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little short tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and your suggestions, leave them in the comments. I'll try and get back to them. Like, comment, rate, all that good stuff. And I will see you next time. This is Heller, signing out.